All right, so let's dive into this mountain of info about AI careers.
Yeah.
You sent over a couple articles, 14 artificial intelligence careers and job outlook 2025, and career opportunities in artificial intelligence in 2025. It sounds like you're trying to break into this whole exciting AI world.
Yeah.
So what are the hottest jobs out there?
Right.
What skills do you really need?
Yeah.
And is a master's degree even worth it anymore? We're going to unpack all that and more today.
We'll look beyond just, listing the jobs.
Right.
We'll really dig into what these roles involve day to day.
Yeah.
Because landing a job in AI isn't just about having AI in your title.
Right.
It's about finding the right fit for your skills and interests.
Exactly. And speaking of hot pates, these articles are predicting the AI sector in India alone is going to hit 17 billion by 2027.
Wow.
That's huge. Plus, with sectors from healthcare to transportation adopting AI like crazy,
Yeah.
the opportunities are pretty much endless.
That's not just India either.
Right.
The global AI market is expected to reach almost $250 billion by 2025.
Wow.
So rocket ship taking off, that's an understatement.
So the job market's booming. Got it.
Yeah.
But what does that mean for, like, let's say you're sitting at home thinking, AI sounds cool, but where do I even begin? What's the first step?
The first step is to kind of demystify AI a bit.
Okay.
It's easy to get caught up in all the hype.
Right.
But, at its core, AI is about using data to solve problems and make decisions.
Uh-huh.
And that's happening all around you already. Think about like those personalized recommendations you get on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Or the spam filter that keeps your inbox clean.
Right.
That's AI in action.
So it's not just about robots taking over the world.
Well, maybe someday.
Okay.
But right now, it's about making our lives easier and more efficient in all sorts of ways.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if AI is all about data and problem solving, what are some of the specific careers out there? These articles list a whole bunch. Let's unpack a few of the most interesting ones.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Let's start with the one everyone thinks of. The AI engineer.
Right.
They're the masterminds behind the algorithms that power everything from self-driving cars to those personalized ads that seem to follow you everywhere online.
Yeah, those are creepy.
Right.
And I hear they get paid pretty well, especially in places like Bangalore.
They do.
But what's a typical day like for an AI engineer?
Yeah.
Are they just coding all day long?
It's definitely a lot of coding, especially in languages like Python.
Okay.
But it's also about understanding the business problem you're trying to solve.
Right.
And then designing an AI system that can actually address it.
So it's not just about being a coding whiz.
Right.
You need to be able to think creatively and solve problems, too.
Exactly. And you need to be comfortable working with massive amounts of data.
Oh, okay.
That's where the data scientist comes in.
Oh,
They're like the detectives of the AI world, sifting through mountains of data to find patterns and insights that can be used to train AI models.
So if you're someone who loves digging into data,
Yeah.
uncovering hidden trends, this could be the perfect AI career for you.
Absolutely.
But it sounds like you need some serious statistical analysis skills for that.
Statistical analysis is definitely key.
Okay.
But you also need a good understanding of machine learning algorithms,
Okay.
which are the tools that allow AI systems to learn from data. And, of course, Python is the go-to language for data science and AI.
Okay, so Python keeps coming up.
Yes.
Any specific tips for getting up to speed with Python?
Sure.
Especially for someone who might be starting from scratch.
There are tons of great online resources, both free and paid. Websites like Codecademy and DataCamp offer interactive courses that can take you from zero to Python Hero in a matter of weeks.
Wow.
And don't underestimate the power of hands-on projects. Try building something simple, like a program that analyzes your Spotify listening habits or predicts the weather.
Interesting.
The more you tinker, the more comfortable you'll become.
Tinkering is always a good time.
Yeah.
Now, what about this one AI research scientist?
Oh,
That sounds pretty intense.
It is.
What do they do all day?
This is the role for those who are fascinated by the theoretical side of AI.
Okay.
And are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. They might be developing new algorithms, exploring the ethical implications of AI,
Right.
or trying to create artificial general intelligence.
Okay.
Basically, AI that can learn and reason like a human.
So this is like the PhD level of AI.
Most AI research scientists do have PhDs.
Okay. Okay.
And they're often working at universities or research labs. publishing papers,
Yeah.
presenting their findings at conferences.
Got it. So if you're someone who loves diving deep into research, exploring the cutting edge of AI, this could be the path for you. But be prepared to spend some serious time hitting the books.
You will.
Okay, now here's a role that might surprise you.
Okay.
The AI ethicist. As AI becomes more powerful and more integrated into our lives, it's crucial to consider the ethical implications.
It is.
That's where the AI ethicist comes in.
Right.
So are they like the guardians of AI, making sure it's used for good and not for evil?
That's a good way to put it.
Okay.
They're thinking about things like bias in algorithms, the potential for job displacement, and the overall impact of AI on society.
Right.
They might work for tech companies, government agencies, or even nonprofit organizations.
And I bet that combination of technical and ethical expertise is in high demand.
Absolutely. It's a relatively new field, but it's growing rapidly.
Okay.
And it can be a really rewarding career path.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're helping to shape the future of AI in a responsible way.
Okay, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
So we've got the AI engineer building the systems, the data scientist analyzing the data, the AI research scientist pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and then we've got the AI ethicist making sure it's all done responsibly.
Right.
So
that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
There are so many other AI-related roles out there.
Right.
From AI product managers who bridge the gap between tech and business to AI trainers who teach computers how to think like humans.
It's mind-boggling how many different paths there are in the world of AI.
Yeah, it is.
But I think we've got a good foundation now. So let's shift gears a bit and talk about what it takes to actually land one of these jobs.
Okay.
What are the must-have skills that every aspiring AI professional needs?
All right.
So we've met some of the key players in the AI world, but now I'm curious, what does it actually take to become one of them? What skills are we talking about here?
Well, you're going to need a mix of technical know-how and those good old-fashioned human skills.
Right.
On the technical side, we've mentioned Python a bunch already.
Yeah, for good reason.
And for good reason. It's like the universal language of AI and data science. But it's not just about knowing the language, it's about what you can do with it.
Okay.
That's where those machine learning algorithms come in.
Okay, hold on. For someone like me who's more of a word person than a numbers person, machine learning algorithms sound a little intimidating.
I understand.
Can you break that down a bit?
Sure.
What are we talking about here?
Think of it like this.
Okay.
Machine learning algorithms are like recipes for AI.
Okay.
They provide a set of instructions for how a computer can learn from data and make predictions or decisions.
Okay.
There are tons of different algorithms out there, each with its own strengths and weaknesses.
So it's about choosing the right recipe for the problem you're trying to solve.
Exactly. And becoming familiar with these algorithms, how they work, and when to use them is a key part of any AI education.
Okay. Algorithms, got it.
Yeah.
What else is on the technical must-have list?
Well, you'll also want to dive into the world of deep learning.
Deep learning.
This is a subfield of machine learning that's all about using artificial neural networks.
Okay.
Think of them like the brain of an AI system.
Okay.
To analyze data and extract complex patterns.
So deep learning is like machine learning on steroids.
You could say that.
Okay.
It's what powers a lot of the really cutting-edge AI applications you hear about, like image recognition, natural language processing, and even self-driving cars.
Okay. I'm starting to get the picture.
Good.
But let's be real for a second. All this technical stuff can feel pretty overwhelming, especially if you're just starting out.
Right.
Any advice for how to approach it without getting totally lost in the weeds?
The best advice I can give is to start small.
Okay.
And focus on building a solid foundation. Don't try to learn everything at once.
Right.
Pick one area like Python or machine learning and dive in.
Okay.
There are tons of online resources that can help you get started.
Any favorites you recommend?
For Python, I always recommend the Codecademy courses.
Okay.
They're interactive, engaging, and they'll take you from beginner to intermediate in no time.
Cool.
For machine learning, there's a fantastic course on Coursera called Machine Learning by Andrew Ng.
Okay.
It's a bit more advanced, but it's considered the gold standard for anyone serious about getting into the field.
So it's about finding the right resources and taking it step by step.
Yeah.
That's reassuring. Now these articles also mention something else.
Yeah.
Soft skills.
Right.
What exactly are soft skills, and why are they so important in AI?
Soft skills are all about how you work and interact with others.
Okay.
Things like communication, problem solving, teamwork, and critical thinking.
Okay.
They're essential in any field, but especially in AI, where you're often working on complex projects with teams of people from different backgrounds.
So it's not enough to just be a technical genius. You need to be able to communicate your ideas effectively and work well with others.
Exactly. In fact, I'd argue that soft skills are becoming even more important in the age of AI.
Oh, interesting.
As machines get better at doing the technical tasks, it's the human skills that will really set us apart.
That makes sense. So how do you develop these soft skills?
Yeah.
Is it something you're just born with, or can you learn them?
It's definitely something you can learn and improve upon.
Okay.
One of the best ways to develop soft skills is to get involved in projects or activities that force you to interact with others, communicate your ideas, and solve problems collaboratively.
So things like volunteering, joining clubs, or even just working on group projects in school.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of simply observing how people interact in different settings.
Interesting.
Pay attention to how people communicate, how they handle conflict, how they build relationships. You can learn a lot just from watching and absorbing.
Okay, so we've got the technical skills, Python, machine learning, deep learning, and the soft skills, communication, teamwork, problem solving. Anything else we're missing?
One thing we haven't talked about yet is the importance of domain knowledge.
Domain knowledge.
What I mean by that is having a deep understanding of the specific industry or field you're applying AI to.
So if you're working on AI for healthcare, you need to understand how the healthcare system works.
Precisely, the more you understand the nuances of a particular domain, the better you'll be able to design and implement AI solutions that are actually useful and effective.
Okay. Domain knowledge makes sense.
Right.
So let's say you've got the technical skills, the soft skills, and the domain knowledge.
Okay.
What's the next step? How do you actually break into the AI job market?
The best way to stand out in the AI job market is to build a portfolio of projects that showcase your skills and experience.
So not just a resume, but actual examples of things you've built or worked on.
Yeah.
Exactly. A portfolio is like a window into your abilities. It allows potential employers to see what you're capable of and how you approach problem solving.
What kind of projects should you include in your portfolio?
Yeah.
Any tips for making it stand out?
When choosing projects, think about the skills you want to highlight and the types of roles you're interested in. If you're into machine learning, for example, you might include projects that involve building predictive models or classifying data. If you're more interested in the ethical side of AI, you might include projects that explore the potential biases and algorithms or the impact of AI on society.
So it's about showcasing your skills and interests through real-world examples.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to get creative. Your portfolio doesn't have to be a boring list of technical specs. Use visual storytelling and even a bit of humor to make it engaging and memorable.
That's great advice. So you've got your portfolio, you've got your skills.
You're ready to apply for jobs. Any tips for navigating the AI job market and landing that dream role?
Networking is key.
Networking.
Attend industry events.
Okay.
Connect with people on LinkedIn. Reach out to people working at companies you admire.
Right.
The more connections you make, the more opportunities you'll have.
So it's not just about what you know, but who you know.
It's definitely a combination of both.
Okay.
But networking is especially important in a field like AI, which is constantly evolving.
Right.
And where new opportunities are emerging all the time.
Okay. Networking makes sense.
Good.
Any other tips for standing out in a sea of AI job applicants?
Be prepared to talk about your projects in detail.
Yeah.
Potential employers will want to know not just what you built, but why you built it, how you approach the problem, and what challenges you faced along the way.
So it's not enough to just have a cool project in your portfolio. You need to be able to articulate your thought process and your problem-solving approach.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to show your enthusiasm and your passion for AI.
Okay.
Companies are looking for people who are genuinely excited about the field. And who are eager to learn and grow.
That's great advice. So we've covered a lot of ground here, from the technical skills to the soft skills to the importance of networking and building a strong portfolio.
We have.
And we have a whole other part to go.
We do. And remember, this is just a starting point. The AI world is vast and constantly changing. There's always more to learn and explore.
All right. So what does all this mean for you, the listener, who's been on this AI journey with us? If you're intrigued by the possibilities of AI and you're ready to dive into this exciting field, the next step is to start exploring those specific career paths that really spark your interest. In the final part of our deep dive, we'll take a closer look at some of the most in-demand AI roles and give you some concrete steps for launching your AI career. Stay tuned. Welcome back. So we've covered a ton of ground on this AI journey, everything from the mind-bending tech to those all-important human skills. Now let's get down to like brass tacks.
Yeah.
If you're sitting there thinking, okay, how do I actually make this AI dream a reality? This is the part for you.
This is it.
Oh.
It's time to kind of map out your path.
Yeah.
Think of it like choosing your own adventure in the AI world.
I like that.
What kind of role really excites you? Where do your strengths lie?
Right.
And how can you gain the experience you need to land that first AI gig?
It's all about finding the right fit.
Right.
Because AI is such a broad term, it's not one size fits all.
It's not, no.
So.
Exactly. And that's why simply listing out job titles isn't enough.
Right.
We need to go deeper.
Yeah.
So let's say you're drawn to the problem-solving aspect of AI. Maybe you're fascinated by how machines can learn from data.
Okay.
It could point you towards the world of machine learning.
Okay, so someone interested in machine learning, what are their options?
Well, a classic path is to become a machine learning engineer.
Okay.
These are the folks who build the algorithms that power recommendation systems, fraud detection, even medical diagnoses.
Wow.
They're in super high demand, too.
We've heard a lot about Python and all those algorithms. Where does someone learn this stuff? Is a formal computer science degree a must-have?
A computer science background is definitely valuable.
Okay.
But it's not the only route.
Okay.
There are tons of online resources like those Coursera courses we mentioned earlier.
Right.
Where you can dive deep into machine learning without needing a traditional degree.
What about those boot camps that are popping up everywhere? Are they legit?
Boot camps can be a fantastic way to get up to speed quickly.
Okay.
Especially if you're looking for a more hands-on, immersive learning experience. They're often taught by industry professionals.
Right.
And can help you build a portfolio of projects that will catch the eye of recruiters.
So it's like a fast track into the industry?
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
But it's important to do your research.
Right.
And choose a boot camp that's reputable and aligned with your goals.
Okay, boot camp's noted, but let's say you're not quite ready to commit to a boot camp or full-blown degree. Are there ways to kind of dip your toes into the AI waters and see if it's really for you?
Absolutely. One of the best ways to get started is to simply start tinkering with AI tools and resources.
Okay.
There are tons of open source libraries and platforms out there that you can use to experiment with machine learning, deep learning, and other AI concepts.
Any favorites you'd recommend?
One platform I always recommend for beginners is Kaggle.
Kaggle, okay.
It's a website where you can participate in machine learning competitions.
Oh, cool.
Work on real-world data sets and learn from a huge community of data scientists.
That's awesome.
It's a fantastic way to get hands-on experience and build your skills.
So it's like a playground for aspiring data scientists.
Exactly. And the best part is it's free to join.
Free is always good.
Always good.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about a role we touched on earlier.
Right.
The AI ethicist. It seems like this is a field that's really gaining traction as AI becomes more powerful and more pervasive.
It is, yeah.
What does a career path in AI ethics actually look like?
AI ethics is such an important and evolving field.
Yeah.
It's not just about preventing robots from taking over the world.
Okay.
Well, that's definitely part of it.
Right.
It's about ensuring that AI is developed and used responsibly in a way that benefits society as a whole.
So thinking about things like bias and algorithms, privacy concerns, and the potential impact of AI on jobs and the economy.
Exactly. AI ethicists are grappling with these complex questions and trying to develop frameworks and guidelines for ethical AI development and deployment.
Okay.
They might work for tech companies, government agencies, think tanks, or even start their own consulting firms.
It sounds like a role that requires a unique blend of skills, both technical and philosophical. So a background in philosophy or ethics could be valuable too.
Absolutely. In fact, we're seeing more and more universities offering programs that combine computer science with ethics or philosophy.
It's fascinating how AI is blurring the lines between traditional disciplines.
It is.
Now let's talk about another role that's often overlooked, the AI trainer. This sounds like a really hands-on role, almost like teaching a computer how to think.
It's a bit like that, yes.
Okay.
AI trainers are responsible for teaching AI systems how to understand and respond to human language, how to recognize objects and patterns, and how to perform specific tasks.
Okay.
They work with massive data sets, training algorithms to become more accurate and efficient.
So if you're someone who loves working with data and seeing the results of your work in action,
Yeah,
this could be a great fit.
absolutely. And it's a role that's in high demand, especially as more and more companies are adopting AI-powered chatbots, virtual assistants, and other applications that rely on natural language processing.
Okay, so we've explored just a few of the many career paths available in the AI world. But now, for the listener who's ready to take the plunge, what's the most important piece of advice you can give?
Don't be afraid to jump in and start learning.
Okay.
The AI field is evolving so rapidly, there's no one right path to success.
Right.
The key is to be curious, to experiment, and to never stop learning.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener who's been on this deep dive with us? The world of AI is wide open with opportunity. If you're ready to get on board this rocket ship, start building those core technical skills, explore those educational pathways, and most importantly, get your hands dirty with practical projects.
And remember, the future of AI is being shaped right now.
Yeah.
It's not just about the technology itself, but about the people who are building it, using it,
Right.
and thinking critically about its impact on the world.
So keep your mind open, your skills sharp, and your imagination running wild. Who knows, you might just be the one to invent the next big thing in AI. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.